Hello, this is Francois from Alka Web. So today we're going to talk about the Projects Directory. We're going to have a very deep look. We're going to try pretty much all the options available. So as you can see here, we've got a complete project page with categories, different type of project progress. We've got completed projects, and we've got also filters, comments, and we've got a very complete directory. So if you want to reproduce it, you want to go to the Unison page in your WordPress dashboard. If you scroll down on this page, you will see the Woffice projects extension, which must be activated if you want it to be working. So in our case, it's already activated, so we won't spend time on it, but you just have to click the button. You need to create a new page, so you click the new button. You name your page as you want, as long as it's different from projects. So let's say Project Directory, for example, and you select page template. Okay, sorry, I created a new post. You need to create a new page. So I'm gonna exit that page and create a new WordPress page. As you can see now, I've got more options, and I've got the templates option on the right. So let's call it Project Directory, and let's look for the projects templates. You can create as many templates as you want. So you can have 10 projects directory if you want. So we're going to click on the results. As you can see, this page doesn't have a content because it's optional, but feel free to add content if you need so. As we can see here, we've got all our projects with the same layout as the first page. If you want to change it, everything is going to be happening from the Woffice settings. So you can click on the top bar. Whenever you log the Woffice settings, the project options are going to be found in two separate tabs. The first one is the post-wiki project ones, which basically contain all the front-end related options, so mostly about the layout used. So yeah, as you can see, project layout, numbers of columns, see project filter, add completed projects, including BuddyPress groups. You've got several options available to you. The other options concerning security can be found in permissions. Those options are very important because they'll let you decide who can create a project article and if the projects are public by default. We will go through that in a few minutes. So right now, how about we try to make a few changes to this page? So I'm going to head to the post-wiki project page, and I'm going to, let's say, switch the layout to classic and see how that goes. So save changes, and now I'm just gonna have to refresh my page. So I'm gonna refresh my page, and as expected, the layout changed, which is nice. We're gonna play a bit with these options to see how it's working, but the process will be always the same. So let's go back to the masonry layout, and let's say the number of columns to 2. Let's save the changes. And now let's refresh the page. Okay, it's gonna take a few seconds. Here we go. So we've got a 2 columns masonry layout working just fine. Feel free to add different page with, like we've got the filter here, but you can create another page without a filter. It's not a problem. So what we want to do right now is let's hide the project filter and let's hide completed project. The completed project as the last one you can see here, a project which is already done by 100%, so we want to hide it by default. So let's do that. So we're gonna save the changes. As a single project will still be activated. You will still be able to reach the page, even though it's not listed in the projects directory. So as you can see, as expected, there is no more completed project, and the filter is gone, which is exactly what we've been expecting. You will see other options like including BuddyPress groups, which is a pretty powerful option. The emails content whenever a new member got a task assigned to himself. There are more options coming in future Woffice updates, but for now, feel free to add any content you want there. It's gonna be reflected directly in the email sent. Okay, so we can also have a look on the permissions. So there are two options but those two options are very, very, very important. So you can definitely choose who can create a project article through the front end. So if I go back to the view, as you can see, all those projects are listed and everyone can see the project, okay? But if I go with a demo user, which is a subscriber account, well, by default, I only have 3 projects here because the member is not allowed to see all the projects by default. He will only see the project assigned to himself. So if by default he's not assigned to a project, the project won't be available for him. But this is an option, so you can turn it on or off. This is your call. By default, it's set to no, but feel free to change it according to your needs. And the administrator can always see all the projects. The administrator can also create new projects through the front end with a list of options. And the subscriber cannot, as you can see here. The button is just not available. So this is again an option that you can just enable. So right now I'm going through the administrator, but I can choose any other role, such as, well, let's pick all the roles for now. Same process, I just save my changes and refresh my page. So whenever I refresh my page, as you can see here, the button is now available, meaning I, as a subscriber, can now create new project. There are several fields available. You can just go through them. Those are very basic fields. The administrator will have more fields available by default. But here again, it's something you can change. Just ask us and we'll go with you through that and explain you how to make it even better. So yeah, as you can see here, the administrator have more options than the subscriber one, which makes sense. So let's create a simple project. Yeah, let's call it new test project, and I'm gonna set it for months. So let's select July the 30th. I'm gonna enable the project to do, enable the project file manager, and add a few members. So I'm gonna add the administrator as a member, and I'm gonna have to add Adriana Johnson. Here we go. You can also set some project content if you want. So let's go for blah blah blah, and let's create the project. So the project should be, project created. We've been redirected successfully. As you can see, the project members have been added. We've got to do, we've got a file manager, and as a project author, we can also delete it, which is exactly what we've been looking for. So I hope you appreciate the video. Goodbye and have a nice day.